If you've been feeling like your energy levels are tanking, your motivation is at an all-time low, or you're struggling to build muscle despite hitting the gym consistently, you might be dealing with declining testosterone levels. And here's the thing that most guys don't realize. Your testosterone naturally starts dropping by about 1% every year after age 30. That's a reality check that hits hard. But the good news is you don't need to resort to synthetic hormones or steroids to turn things around. Today I'm going to share with you 7 proven strategies that can naturally boost your testosterone levels, and I'm talking about methods that are backed by solid science and can make a real difference in how you feel and perform. Stick around because I'm saving the most powerful strategy for the end, and it's something that most people completely overlook. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Your sleep quality is absolutely crucial for testosterone production. When you're sleep deprived, your body's testosterone production takes a massive hit. Studies have shown that guys who get less than 5 hours of sleep per night can experience testosterone levels that are 15% lower than those who get adequate rest. But here's the kicker. It's not just about the quantity of sleep, it's about the quality. Your body produces most of its testosterone during deep sleep phases, specifically during REM sleep. This is when your brain sends signals to your testes to ramp up hormone production. If you're constantly waking up throughout the night, scrolling your phone before bed, or drinking caffeine late in the day, you're sabotaging this crucial process. To optimize your sleep for testosterone production, aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Keep your bedroom cool, ideally between 65 and 68 degrees. Invest in blackout curtains or an eye mask to block out light completely. And here's a game changer. Put your phone in airplane mode or leave it in another room entirely. The blue light from screens can disrupt your circadian rhythm and interfere with melatonin production, which sets off a cascade effect that ultimately hurts your testosterone levels. Now let's talk about nutrition, because what you eat directly impacts your hormone production. One of the biggest mistakes I see guys making is following extremely low-fat diets. Your body needs healthy fats to produce testosterone. It's literally a building block for hormone synthesis. Cholesterol, which has been demonized for decades, is actually a precursor to testosterone production. Focus on incorporating healthy fats into every meal. We're talking about sources like grass-fed butter, olive oil, avocados, nuts, and fatty fish like salmon and mackerel. Aim for about 25 to 30% of your daily calories from healthy fats. But here's what's equally important. The timing of when you eat these fats matters. Having a fat-rich meal before bed can actually support overnight testosterone production because your body does most of its hormone manufacturing while you sleep. Protein intake is another critical factor that many guys get wrong. You need adequate protein not just for muscle building, but for hormone production. However, there's a sweet spot here. Too little protein and your testosterone suffers. Too much protein, especially from processed sources, can actually have a negative impact. Aim for about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight and focus on high-quality sources like grass-fed beef, free-range eggs, and wild-caught fish. Here's something that might shock you. Certain vegetables can actually work against your testosterone levels. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts contain compounds that can increase estrogen levels in men. Now, I'm not saying avoid these vegetables entirely because they have other health benefits, but if you're specifically trying to boost testosterone, you might want to limit them and focus more on testosterone-friendly foods like pomegranates, ginger, and leafy greens like spinach. Moving on to exercise, and this is where things get really interesting. Not all exercise is created equal when it comes to testosterone production. While cardio has its place in a healthy lifestyle, excessive endurance training can actually decrease testosterone levels. Long-distance runners and cyclists often have lower testosterone levels compared to strength trainers. The type of exercise that gives you the biggest testosterone boost is resistance training, specifically compound movements that work multiple muscle groups. We're talking about squats, deadlifts, bench press, and overhead press. These exercises create a significant hormonal response that can increase testosterone production for hours after your workout. But here's the key. Intensity matters more than duration. Short, intense workouts that last 45 to 60 minutes are more effective for testosterone production than longer, moderate intensity sessions. This is because extended workout sessions can increase cortisol levels, and cortisol is testosterone's biggest enemy. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. It's an inverse relationship. High-intensity interval training, or HIIT, is another excellent option. Alternating between periods of all-out effort and recovery can can spike testosterone levels significantly. Try incorporating 2 to 3 high-intensity interval training sessions per week, keeping them short but intense. Now let's address stress management, because chronic stress is one of the most overlooked testosterone killers in modern society. When you're constantly stressed, your body produces elevated levels of cortisol, and as I mentioned, cortisol and testosterone have an inverse relationship. The more stressed you are, the lower your testosterone levels become. The problem is that most guys are living in a constant state of low-level stress. Work pressure, financial concerns, relationship issues, and even the constant bombardment of information from social media all contribute to chronically elevated cortisol levels. This creates a vicious cycle because low testosterone can make you feel more stressed and anxious, which further decreases testosterone production. Effective stress management techniques include meditation, deep breathing exercises, and spending time in nature. Even 10 minutes of daily meditation can make a significant difference in your cortisol levels. If meditation feels too intimidating, start with simple breathing exercises. Try the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and helps lower cortisol. Here's something most people don't consider. Your social environment plays a huge role in testosterone production. Competitive situations and winning can actually boost testosterone levels, while losing or feeling dominated can decrease them. This is why engaging in activities where you can experience success and achievement is important for hormonal health. Sunlight exposure is another underrated factor. Vitamin D, which your body produces when exposed to sunlight, is crucial for testosterone production. Many men are deficient in vitamin D, especially those who spend most of their time indoors. Aim for at least 20 to 30 minutes of direct sunlight exposure daily, preferably in the morning. If you live in an area with limited sunlight, consider a high-quality vitamin D supplement. Now, here's the strategy I promised to save for last, and it's probably the most powerful yet overlooked method for naturally boosting testosterone: intermittent fasting. This might seem counterintuitive because we're often told to eat frequently to maintain energy levels, but research shows that strategic fasting periods can significantly increase testosterone production. When you fast intermittently, several hormonal changes occur that favor testosterone production. First, fasting increases growth hormone levels, which work synergistically with testosterone. Second, it improves insulin sensitivity, and better insulin sensitivity is associated with higher testosterone levels. Third, fasting can reduce inflammation throughout your body, creating a more favorable environment for hormone production. A simple intermittent fasting protocol to start with is the 16-8 method. Fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window. For most people, this means skipping breakfast and eating between noon and 8 p.m. During your fasting window, you can have water, black coffee, or plain tea. The key to making all these strategies work is consistency. You can't implement them sporadically and expect dramatic results. Your hormonal system responds to consistent lifestyle patterns, not quick fixes. Pick 2 or 3 of these strategies that resonate most with you and focus on implementing them consistently for at least 6 to 8 weeks before evaluating results. Remember, natural testosterone optimization is a marathon, not a sprint. The changes might be subtle at first, but over time, you'll likely notice improvements in energy levels, mood, muscle mass, and overall vitality. And unlike synthetic hormones, these natural methods come without the risks and side effects. If you found this information valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on optimizing your health and performance naturally. What strategy are you going to implement first? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.